Hey everyone, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to evercrisis. My god, there's so much to talk about, but first off, congratulations, not really, more like welcome everyone from the sea. They just dropped one of the best notices that should have been a long time ago, but I guess there's complications. But this is now opened to almost everywhere. The big notice, I was streaming today, we did all the content together. Region of distribution edition notice. Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore, Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia. Everybody is coming in. I am super excited for this. I'm happy you guys are coming in. If you have any questions, I've got a Discord channel that has a Final Fantasy VII evercrisis there. You can go in generals, your polls, co-ops, whatever you need is in the link to the description. And also I stream over on Twitch. If you ever want to ask me questions live, especially when I stream the game, there will be a ton of people there to help you guys with anything from co-ops to questions, whatever you need. But this makes me so freaking happy. But before we jump into any of these notices and me giving you the heads up, most important thing, do not forget, if you are going to do the Bahamut summon with Ifrit, the new one that just dropped, go into your pact and bind them. There's a button behind me. You have to bind them in order to activate these quests. You can see I already did the hard mode, 1 out of 1. It's going to ask you to do 2,000 stamina, solo content, 300 in co-op, perform synthesis 50 times, and you got to deliver 300 Ifrit memories. If you do not bind it, these quests will not start. So go straight ahead and start binding right now. All right. That works with any summon. If you don't have them binded, you're not completing their actual growth tree and you can't activate them or get them unlocked. So for me right now, all I got to do, which I did the hard mode. So as long as you want this, and by the way, I'll start off with this thing because this thing's crazy. You just got to beat the hard mode. In the hard mode, in the very hard mode, as long as you have HP and a way to raise your magic defense, you can beat it. You can beat the entire thing up to like EX2 with just tanking. And with the new R ability increase and everything I'm going to talk about, tanking is a lot easier and more viable in this game. But the Ifrit and Bahamut summon, not only does it do fire damage, physical fire AoE, so it's basically replacing Ifrit, right? Depends how much damage this goes up to, but it increases fire damage. So we have our first AoE mid to high of fire elemental damage up. So your fire builds are going to be stronger. We now have fire defense down and we have fire attack up, which is huge. The enemy can't stop you from this. You know how you can't lower defense on an enemy? They can't stop you as of now from raising your attack. So we can raise our magic attack, physical attack, and now an elemental attack up. So Arcanum elemental builds just got that much more powerful because of this summon. And that means future weapons coming out are most likely going to have elemental attack up as well. So we're going to be double stacking, which is huge. So don't forget to bind. That is the two notices that I thought were the most exciting out of all this. We've got C and we've got double summon, which increases fire. Now, everything else going on at the moment is still pretty insane, right? We got a version 1.80 happening and they're talking about new premium quests. This is hurting me because I thought it was going to be farmable. It's not. It technically is, but the new premium quest, right, is the only place to get the new materials. That and events. So events, maybe login bonuses. They might add it to future banners as a chocobo reward for the stamps. Who knows, right? That one's probably far-fetched. But this is the only way to do this. So I recommend that you guys get your first clear on the level 4 one on both of these because it gives you 30. You guys are going to see that I have a total of 63, 30 of this one, and 2 60s on this one, right? 199 mithril ore. Mithril ingot is in the game, and I'll show you where to get it. But basically, you got to figure out what R abilities you guys want, and that's the one you should be farming. I saved my reset. I didn't use it at the reset time of 4 p.m. Eastern. I waited till the update, so I got to play this today. Most of you guys probably used yours without realizing it or thinking about that it was going to be added, and that's just kind of thinking ahead. So you'll have this tomorrow, and right now there is a drop bonus rate, so you should be focusing on this every single day. I was doing this for the most part every day to get my crystals, just max out everyone. I maxed out everyone's growth streams, but this is where I'm going to be doing from this point on. And since we're on this topic specifically, I am going to make a dedicated video on R abilities, but my general rule is weapons I already have maxed out and weapons that are at the verge at level 90 that have 54. So Ultimatic is one of those weapons that have 54 at level 90 fully over boosted. But when we make it 120, it goes to 62. This stat alone is maxed out. This is a power creep. Not only is there a new R ability in the new weapons, which is another good candidate for 120, but all those weapons that are 54, Bald Eagle, Ultimatic, Red 13's Rage Caller, any weapon that has an element or physical magical boost attack up that's going from 54 upwards is worth the investment. Because then this weapon on Glenn, he no longer needs any other boost attack, and now he can start stacking elements. He can start stacking attack stance, right? Because he doesn't need to make 2 weapons to get them. Every weapon in the game at level 90 was stuck at 54, right? You can only get 54, 27 on this thing, but now it goes to 6. So they're standalone maxed out R abilities. So I'm going to make more of a dedicated video talking about R abilities, going into it, what I think is worth it. You guys can kind of see what I thought was worth it. Now, none of the content calls for it except for the new Bahamut and Ifrit fight. And everything else is pretty straightforward and really easy. So these are things you should take your time with. Right? When it came to exchange shop and all that, there is nothing new. But if you guys don't know, there is mithril ore in your co-op medals. Don't forget, mithril ore is here. You guys can see down here, mithril ore sold out, 10 a week. All right, so you're going to be collecting that 10 a week. Make sure you guys do that. There's nothing in Crisis Dungeon coins. You're not getting that. Now, for the rest of the notices, we have dungeon ranking and everything else. Again, dedicated video coming for the maximum weapon upgrade. I will be talking about that, but the Knights of Judgment did get upgraded, and this is where you guys are going to grab yourselves the first mithril ingot. It's in the new exchange shop. So, Barrett's new weapon, really, really good. It boosts magic attack 31 and 120, but it's realistically 27 and 20 something over here for water. It gives Barrett an extra thing to do, has good percentage on it, and it does go, if you actually fully max these out, 120. 500 over for stats is nice. But it's just like the other weapon, Euphies. The main thing here is we get our first 10 mithril ingot. Now, in order to upgrade a weapon from 80 to 120, it's going to take you a total. So, right over here, let's just grab whatever level 80. It's going to take you a total of 50 of these, because you need 10 mithril ore per upgrade. So from level 80 to 90, it takes 30. From 90 to 100, let's grab Murasami here. It takes 10 mithril ore. So, and then from 100 to 110, another 10. So 50 mithril ore, but the final 120 only takes 10 mithril ingots, the new one. But one of those are in there, so make sure you guys grab them. And that's pretty much it. You guys are going to be upgrading with 30 pieces. The game gave you enough to do a couple of weapons. So 30 of these, 50 of these, and then 10 of the new ability. That's pretty much what you're looking at to upgrade. Well, 30 per level. So not just 30 in total. 30 nanocube here, 30 nanocube for 100, 110, and then 120 takes the other one. So yeah, there's a lot of materials, but it's just like what it was before. Any packs you guys buy, anything you guys are rushing towards is just getting more level 90s. Same idea. Now we're getting more level 120s. Yes, it makes a difference, but if I were just to upgrade right now, Cloud, no, not Cloud. Let's take one that's actually close to maxed out. I don't have a level 55 that's close, but something like this, if I were to uncap it, I'd go to 50, right? And we know the Bald Eagle can go to 55. So if I were more overboost, this would be going over 55. So just one upgrade is enough. So you're looking at 10 and 30 of these just to get this to 55. So you don't have to get to 120. You don't have to have the perfect R abilities. So besides that, a couple things. If you guys didn't do already, make sure you do your free polls like I talked about. There's a step up banner, 1 free poll, your 10 daily free poll. The new summon events with Ifrit and Bahamut brings in new weapons. One for Red 13 and one for, was it Sephiroth, I believe? Yeah, and Sephiroth. So the new weapons look like this. It's got boost ice resistance at 46, right? And with Red's new like costume, we get 50% if we max it out plus his on top of it. So having this is really, really nice. Red 13, same thing. Fully maxed out, 564 magic attack at level 120, obviously. It does non-elemental, but it reduces fire resistance. Both these weapons have mid-tier fire resist for free. Really good HP, R ability, and boost ice resist. So if the summons do get more difficult down the line where they're one-shotting us and we got to tank it, those weapons will come in clutch. They've got good stats. Overall, really, really nice. And your mission campaign, there's a new one down here. I don't have it anymore. but it's for connecting your account from Steam and all that. It gives you 1,000 blue crystals total. So make sure you guys got that new one. And then there's just a ton of blue crystals for doing this, right? Just playing the game, leveling up weapons, raise a level. You have 20 days to decide which weapon you're going to make 100 plus. So a lot of blue crystals. Make sure you guys are doing it. When it comes to packages, they have the new packages with them for like $70. But if you guys want that head start and all these mats, again, just like level 90, don't rush it. It's a finish line. You're going to get there. There's no point of FOMO or needing the best thing right now. The content doesn't call for it. It is nice having more power, being more powerful. But when you buy these packages, and especially in this gacha, you just get to the finish line quicker. Like, you can see my account before level 120, how many level 90s I had, how many OB6s, OB10 weapons I have. I have Murasami OB10, I have Rage Caller OB10. You know what I mean? I've got a lot of weapons that are not part of like the event that are really high OB6 and so forth with level 90s. So if you do end up getting those packages, nothing wrong with it. Your money, as long as there's food on the table, a roof over your head, and you're not ruining the balance of your life savings or the family. You earned that money. You worked for it. Nobody can tell you how to spend it. Just be safe and think about everything around you before you put yourself in debt, because it's not worth it. You're only paying to rush to the finish line. So that's the entire update. I hope you guys are having a great time. I lied. There's a high score challenge. How could I forget one of my favorite events, the high score challenge? All right, so I did a full run. I know you guys can't see it. Let me move this to the side. Level rank 9 with 2,187,000. That is 0 boost used. That's just me running in and doing my score. So I got 1.4 million on the harder one. No score boost. 605,180. So if you're going to do no score boost and you hit the harder boss, which is a primal behemoth, that's a score you guys are looking at if you have a really good setup. About 2 million, which gives you all the rewards you need, including mithril ore in here. You get a total of 30 mithril ore for hitting 1.5 million, and me without taking score boosts. Very, very possible as long as you get that full clear in there. Ranking rewards are changed. We got 20 of each synthesis and 20 gacha tickets. All the way for top 100, and then drops by 5, and then it drops by another 5 for the synthesis. And then down here, you get 15 of the purple stuff. So don't stress it. If you don't make top 300 or top 500, right, you're missing on RNG. I just did a bunch of synthesis runs on stream, and I got literally nothing, and I wasted a ton of these. So, yeah, don't stress it. Everything is just RNG in those high score challenges. You get a top score, you make top 500, you make top 100. You go do your draw tickets, and then they turn out to be all blues. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. So, be careful. Don't go crazy. If you're trying to get a title, good luck. Top 100, top 10 titles are exciting to get, but they're not the end-all, be-all, because realistically, you want to use the other titles or banners for your profile because they look better than the red and the green ones. Those are just flexing. So, if I missed anything, I try to get through this as quick as possible with all the information dropping, and then I'm going to release some runs of the dungeon ranking. I'll release runs of the R abilities, talking about what I think is good, not good on what characters, what you should be aiming to make 120. That's all future content as long as I got the time to do it. I've been really busy recently, but I'm trying my best to pop all the content. So if you guys want to leave anything down below, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll smell you later.